Dilla is like number one, on that list of most influential influential artists in terms of what I'm doing. I heard his music, and his music just, I don't know, it opens something up in my in my brain. I never like explored a part of my brain musically that I never explored. So yeah, he's definitely my biggest influence. Well, actually, I live in LA. I've been in LA for like a little over a year now. Right? But went to the West Coast to be, closer to the industry and closer to other different kind of opportunities. So that's why I'm out west now. But yeah, I still definitely go home often. I'm actually, when I leave New York, I'm going straight to Detroit. I still do a lot of work in Detroit. Like my new album, half of my album was recorded in Detroit and in LA. So yeah, I'm out there a lot. City. But I think most importantly, with what we build, I'm more concerned about preserving the history city. The music history in particular. I grew up on the west side of Detroit, the street called Puritan Avenue in Schaefer. That was my neighborhood, west side of Detroit. So yeah, man, I think just being a music fan first. I think all of us before anyone got into the industry, you had to be a fan of the music first. So I think me just being a fan of music, fan of hearing new things and hearing new sounds and new ways to make music, and of course with the way technology progresses and continues to help artists or allow artists to create more and more, get closer to creating the stuff that they hear in their head, is inspiring. So it allows you as an artist to keep going, mainly just being a fan of music and always wanting to produce something that I feel doesn't exist at the moment. So like when any album I make is coming from a place where I'm making music that I feel like is not out there right at the moment. So I mean, I think it's one of those things where you just have to let everything take its course. Youth, they're always going to have something that they can call their own. I think that's all it is at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Whether you feel like it's good or bad, younger people are always going to they're always going to try to create something that represents them. But that's just the way it is. So yeah, considering whether you think it's good or bad, it's just the music is going to take its course, and who knows, it might get back to a place where people from earlier generation can enjoy it or whatever. But I think also a lot of the new sounding stuff should be considered a different genre. I think that would eliminate a lot of the arguments, especially between young and old. Like I feel like, these kids have kind of created a whole new genre of music. Now, whether you like that genre of music or not, that's a whole other discussion. But I think we're like, failing ourselves by trying to consider everything hip hop just because some black kid from the inner city creates it. It's like, okay, we got to consider this hip hop because of the image of this kid that's created it. No, like they're creating a whole new style of music. Once it was all said and done, 10, 15, 20, 30 years from when you stop creating music, you still have your fingerprint on music, and you still have people being influenced and inspired by your music. So I think, over the next 10 years, man, I just hope to just accomplish as much as I can artistically and have, I guess, come to a point where I feel I did what I needed to do, and I'm satisfied, more than satisfied with what I created.